So you got this dude named Richard. He just signed a major NFL deal, and he moved to Beverly Hills, California. And he ended up getting a nice little mansion. He ended up signing $100 million deal to be with this team for 3 years. So he ended up buying him a nice mansion. He got a nice car. He got all that, right? So where he moved at was in this place called Shady Brooks. And in Shady Brooks is a majorly white community. You know, it's where the Tom Hanks and the Jimmy Kimmel type people live at. He ended up finding this nice little, mint, looking mansion. It's like a green mansion, and like the roof is like brown. So he moves in, and it's a nice, pool in the back, and right behind that is a big old football field. So he ended up getting all of that bought, right? So when he moved in, he got all his stuff. He paid the movers to get all his stuff in there. All of a sudden, he heard a doorbell ring, and this lady named Miss Linda, she got red hair. She's a white woman. She, was kind of looking behind him in his house, and he was like, "Can I help you?" And she's like, "Are you, helping these people move in?" He's like, "No, ma'am. I just bought this house." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, my name is Miss Linda, and it's nice to meet you." And he's like, "Okay." And she's just saying little slick stuff like, "I watch these, streets at nighttime, and I make sure people ain't messing up the neighborhood," as she says. Like, "Oh, okay, cool." So as the days go by, he starts to see that Miss Linda is gathering up with the neighbors, and she's whispering and pointing at them, and they all just, looking at him. Now he's like, "Oh, okay, man, these white people, man, they on some weird stuff, man." So he ended up getting this new dog or whatever. It was a pit bull, and, it was a brown spotted pit bull or whatever. He paid a lot of money for it. It's mixed like with German or something. One day his dog started getting real ill, right? And he had a sister that came over, and she was like a detective basically. And she was just, like, "I don't know what could be wrong with him. I could say he set up some cameras and, take him to the vet." So when he takes the dog to the vet, y'all, the vet ends up saying, "Yeah, he got poisoned with some yard detainer." And he's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, he got poisoned with some yard detainer." So the dog stayed sick for a little while, but got better. So right after this, y'all, he go back, he set the cameras up, and he started watching. So he started saying, "Oh yeah, okay." So they want to play games. So when he started going out, he started seeing that they started saying, "Hey," and stuff like that, and he wouldn't say nothing to him. He'd just hop in his Lambo, ride right off. So it really came to a head one day when he came outside, and his Lambo had red spray paint on it, and it said the N word with the R at the end. He just said, "Alright, I had enough." So he went, looked at the camera, and you could tell it was a female, but she was in all black, like with a hoodie. So the police is like, "There's not much we can do unless, you got cold-hard evidence." So one day he stays downstairs in case he ends up seeing somebody come, by his cars or whatever. One day he get woken up to this noise. He hears like these whispering outside. So he goes outside and look. It's like Miss Linda and like 4 of the white people, and basically, they just looking at his apartment and yelling stuff up at his place. He goes out there and basically say, "Hey man, I got 5 seconds to get off my property." Next thing you know, police come and they basically tell him, "Yeah man, other words, you gotta go, man." So he ends up selling the mansion and he ended up moving. A few years go by. Tell me why he sees that someone got killed in that same mansion a year later after he moved out. And it was a black family. If you like this story, like, comment, subscribe.